Okay, class, today I want to talk about what is effectively a pronunciation issue, but it should not be. It's a pretty common one, so it's something that needs to be addressed here. You're all familiar with the idea of linking words, right? That's when you have a consonant on the end of one word and a vowel at the beginning of the next word, and you end up taking the consonant and moving it over and saying it as part of the next word. And this can happen in a long series, and the same consonant, another vowel, right? It can happen as a long series within the sentence. And it's one of the reasons that listening to a native speaker is very, very different than listening to someone or speaking yourself when you're just focusing on a single word, single word, single word separately. So in this case, for instance, we have the S pulls over here, and then we have the Z here, and it becomes the, s, zit, instead of this is it. And you'll notice that it's much, much, much easier to say with the linked sounds. That's one of the reasons we do it, right? Because we want efficiency in our speaking. But the same concept works inside single words when those words have been changed, or when you have an extra syllable or an additional syllable in the word that goes beyond what you're used to saying. So in the case of eat, single syllable, T on the end that may be released or unreleased, we don't know. It's a fairly familiar word that you probably learned as a child, eat. But when we add the ing, we don't say eat-ing. We actually have the same kind of situation here, where we take the T and put it on the second syllable, the new syllable that you've just created. And now it is eating. And this becomes a much, much, much easier word to say, and therefore your pronunciation is almost certainly going to be much better. And you will find words that have been altered like this, and you will find words where your pronunciation has just fallen completely into a more Mandarin position, and it's completely wrong. And you can really correct all of these things by changing where the syllable ending consonant actually goes, by moving it to the next part. One of the most common ones that I hear is this word, dinner. Now it should be de, if you're paying attention to what I've just said, it should be de and then ner, right? And if you're used to doing it this way, if you're consistently doing this kind of movement of the trailing consonant into the next syllable, this will not be a problem. But most people already have the habit of starting here and then keeping the N on the first syllable. You're going to end up with a ding. And then you'll end up with an ding is what I most commonly hear. And that's completely avoidable if you just have the d and don't immediately go to a nasal sound. D and then ner, ting. Look for the words that give you some problems and see if you can improve that pronunciation by linking the sound within the word, or if it's part of a sentence, see if you can improve it by linking between the words. Okay, that's it.